Good morning, Baruch Hashem. Yud Daled Elul. Today is Yud Daled Elul Shnas Hakel. Yep. And we're going to learn Daf Lamed Aleph, Amud Lamed Aleph and Lamed Beis, 16th day in the learning of Limud of the Hemshech HaGadol of the Rebbe Rashab. So yesterday we discussed. We moved on from our discussion of L'chol Tichler Isi Kates, referring kind of to the idea of Tainug, where there's different types of Tainug, which is Nis'er on different levels. But then there's this Eris of the Etzem and Nefesh. And then we started saying how Taka, through the Avodah of the Yidden, that is what creates the world, the idea of Oisin Yitzhak Shal Makim. So we started discussing how there's different levels of Oisin Yitzhak Shal Makim. It's brought down. There's the idea of a Ratzin to Brias Olam before Matan Torah, and also we have the idea of Bereishur Minas of the Malka. So this idea of Ratzin, also the idea of Yichud Sevim and Amal, in order to create the world, L'Shem Yichud Kutshabrichu Shchinte happened a lot before the Matan Torah and before the Yidden started doing mitzvahs. So we started explaining that there's the way that it's done through Torah, and then other ways. Like we mentioned, there's a way that it's done through Emunah. Not necessarily another way, but that's just another oifen of Mamshech Deratzim L'Melucha, the Erin Seif, the idea of Malacha that we mentioned. And then we started explaining this according to two types of Avodas Eved, which we're going to start discussing today. Perhaps these two inyanim, these two ideas of Ratzin, the Brias Olam, kind of corresponds to the two different ways, two different malachas that an Eved can do for his master. And we'll start here quickly and read till from about the middle of page Lamed. Yep, and we'll quickly go through this, and we'll start more b'mesinus when we get to the beginning of Lamed Aleph. There's two types of malacha, two types of work, beis mine Eved, which correspond to two types of a servant. Echad, shavedasei avodah grew a bad kind of a work. Like chopping wood. The master cannot do it on his own. It's not respectful. To cut trees by himself, or to set up his table. He does something that the Adin, the master on his own, would never do. It's a poor servant. His entire enjoyment is from the work of his hands and his toiling in his work. It's bad work. The American who was saying it kind of corresponds to his level. He's an Evet. At the good times he gets paid for it. Evet HaBeis, on the other hand, you have a second that type of Evet. You're working more in edel and brainy avoid melachas. The master will do it on his own. My parnas masamato, my business, I naked margolis, we're working through diamonds or good stones. The master will become very rich. He's considered his servant. It's not an Eved Ani, which is just doing malacha that the Adin won't do. He's his Eved. He's completing the service and the work which the master on his own would also do. And it's being done instead of the Adin. Same idea we can understand in Avodah that we do today. The world was created from the high level of Dibur of Malchus Atzilus, the idea of Dibur. The Eibishter's speech is considered doing. This is a Maisa. It's a law of Avodah. The Eibishter is busying himself with Maisa. It's not respectful. It's not in the way of the king to involve himself with peasantly things. It's very lowering of the Eibishter. Where we see the Eibishter's Dula, that's where we see his humility. So really we need a Eved Ani, a poor Eved, to do this Avodah. So again, it's Eved Ani which is getting paid for the Avodah. So here Segraim, we say Michamakim Tzarchlis Kamar Razal, Til Kavad Misham Shem Tzarav Manasach Al Pras. The avoida, even though we're doing it out to Evidani, we're doing the mitzvahs, we're being Mamshech to Tzratz and the Melucha and even of a Maisa, we should not be doing it to get the present. If so, what are we doing it for? Right? The whole idea of Evidani is only for the pras because there's no hana in the avodah itself. The close avodah zois. He avoid the shoyv d'mrak for pras. Kabbal's pras. Taket this avoid is only for the pras. The lo avoid the sichlis. The avoid the sichlis and in avoid the mishum pras. Maybe when you're doing avoid the sichlis, it's not just for to get the prize. Kim mitzad avoid the mitzad atzmai. V'arayah sharei gama odin oived avoid. Even the master himself odin atzmai oived avoid zu. Even the master would do it. Al avoid zu im yoytru ein b'shul pras. Even though it's not for the pras, close pras is chalavad. The idea of the avodah is just for a pras. You don't do it for the pras. You do it for the eibishter take. But the idea of the avodah is for it. The avodah itself is not needed. If we'd be able to do without it, we prefer it, right? It's still required in order to get the pras. So like we'd much rather not have to hack holtz or chop wood, right? But at the end of the day, you need it. So the Evdani goes and does it. The only way he'll do it is if it's got kavaras pras. We're telling us, do it shalom and ask like al pras, because we maybe could have the deeper Indian in it. But the avoid this Indian, mitzadatz means avoid all the kava pras. Mushkatsu v'zer, Parshas Pinchas, Darbesh Chav Gimel and Aleph, Binyan Gimel Mine Eved Shebitfilo LeDavid. There are 3 levels of Eved in Tfilas, in Tfil David. Okay, brings in the Arayim at Bezmin Eved. Fine. Shal Zenemer Hoisha Avdecha Ki Ani Ve'Evyin Ani. So, I guess there's 3 levels. It's mentioned there twice. Or he brings there 2 psukim. But finished V, he says, Mitchila Ka'ani Ha'imid B'Pesach. First you're an Eved, Ani Ve'Evyin, right? You kind of get elevated to the level of a pras. Through this, that you lower yourself in davening, that you're begging to the Eibishter. We then get kind of a tzedakah that the Eibishter also agrees to lower himself and create the world. That when we accept the yoke of the Eibishter, we take a yoke like we're forced. You don't want it at all. So that's like an ani ha-meschanen. We're doing it because we're absolutely forced. So kiviyachal the Eibishter does a maisa which is in the b'chal ha-shaykh to him. Lav urchi de malkel yishtab mil den diek, something which is b'chal ha-shaykh. V'hainu b'mishal l'kus muster v'nelam v'nafshe me'oid, someone who the godliness is fully hidden. V'enim ispal mushum inin eliki klala. No, godliness excites him. The way you fix this is when you accept the yoke of heaven by force. This also helps for the surrounding levels of klipa, which kind of took this person over and are blocking the lukus. So Kabbalah soul breaks them. You do the opposite of what you want. Even though you're getting no hergish, no feelings, so there's no avodas Hashem. You should still do it, and even if Kabbalah oil, and that will eventually help. That is what we said, hatikun lazeh, the way you get out of it. V'zeu eved ani ve'evyin. This is a poor eved, ani ve'evyin. She'en l'shum ratzin mitzad atzmai. He has no will on his own. Rak hoisha avdecha ata elikai. All he wants is the Eibishter should save him because you are his God. The avodah zu mitzad atzmai ein avodas nalis vikris. This avodah is not high and not principled and not ikr and not great at all, right? It's required. Why is it required? Because when you're in this man with the matziv, that's the tikkun. That's the way you're out. So evet abeis, the second evet in avodah, you're doing the malachs that the master on itself will do. But you're just in his stead, like drilling pearls and diamonds. This is to draw down the level revelation of God in the world. This is the idea of riches. You're not just drawing down what's required, because that's avodah chreiches. That's ani ve'evyin. Kim chinas ha'osher. An extra gilui elokus ba'olamas, kind of like what we were saying earlier. These levels that were mamshech through Torah and mitzvahs, these higher levels of elokus. So, Indian who to understand exactly what types of level we're drawing down, or what exactly we're doing here through this avodas, second level of avodah, through the avodas ashir, k'mesh kasov, novel lechayecha b'torim tzaverecha b'charuzim. Your cheeks look nice. B'torim. I'm not sure what b'torim means. Novel lechayecha b'torim. But tzaverecha b'charuzim means your neck is nice with necklaces. The pierced tzaverecha b'charuzim, b'chinas avonim toivus margolis mufradim, separated. Its idea, your neck is surrounded with separated, pearl-separated diamonds, but they're like a necklace. They're tied in a string. That the string connects them, that they should not fall apart. The same idea as when we say Kol Kol Yaakov. The foundations of Torah is very, very high. Then he slapped but the Torah was enclosed and the Torah was enclosed in the sixth darim of Zerem and Moed, etc. That's why they call the ways of the Eibishter. Why they call the ways of the Eibishter? A path and a way and a path. Where you go from somewhere to somewhere far away. Again, the idea of walking, going of Chachma. The world is like a path through all the Olamas down to here. That the voice of Yud Ekev. It's this like the string of the necklace. Hamavriach, which extends minakatza lakatza. Da hainu. It extends from one end to the other. Even at the bottom edge, which is as far as possible from the top edge, from the first edge, down here in the separated worlds. We draw down the voice and the draw from the high draw from Lamaila, that they connect Visachtu and they make one, one to the Eibishter. That's the idea of the Torah, which it draws down Minakata from Lamaila, the Kol Yaakov, Yud Ekev, all the way down to the heel, down here Lamata. So too the mitzvahs are called the ways of Hashem. That through the mitzvahs, the light of the Eibishter is enclosed and connects them to the Eibishter. So this is the Torah going down in Lamata. This is where we draw down the kav, shenikar chuto yakira kadisha, which is called the precious holy string. So what we do is this kav and chut, which taka extends all the way to Atzilus, Chachma, and the whole Atzilus. In Chachma and the whole Atzilus, Shiur Gilur Akav Gamelus Biyah. Again, that this Gilur Akav, which starts with Tzimtzum, should come all the way in the Elus Biyah. And this is this idea of the string, which creates this necklace around the neck through learning Torah. The kivas avanim tevis, which start last as makim chalal. But how do you drill these diamonds? You have to make a hole. First, you have to, like it says, your heart has to be whole. You have to first create an empty vessel to accept the draw of the Eibishter. You have to create bittul that the Eibishter should be able to rest by you. Do not consider yourself a yesh at all. But how do you cause this bittul? The voice of Yaakov. When you speak the voice of Torah and mitzvahs, it awakens the kavanah to the Eibishter. The kavanah of the soul, to go out of its casing, and to connect in the waist, not the waist, like to get hugged in with the Father, to be included, the source of life, mibchinas makar ta'anugim ein sei baruch hu, in the source of the pleasures of the Eibishter. So basically saying over here is that the second level of, which the example we said for the Kivas Havanim Margolius is actually very applicable to the idea of Limud Torah and doing mitzvahs. Like we said that the idea of Limud Torah is Tzavarecha B'Charuzim, having this necklace of Avanim Tevius around your neck, which a necklace has a chut, and in order a string which kind of corresponds to the Hamshach of the Ilmas and the Kav, and then we have that Hamshach Lamata, and that can happen through Tzavarecha B'Charuzim, through making a hole in the diamonds and adding them as part of the necklace. Now back to what we said earlier, what we started saying yesterday, and what we said at the beginning of today in the Akdama. Drawing down the Hamshachas Achayos in the world is through honest work. This is like someone working to get a prize. It's chayes which is required for the ilmas. You now do a revelation, not just chayos, revelation of the Eibishter in the world. And this is again the nafkeminis that we said earlier about Takeh. When the world is created, there was already this idea of ratzin l'melucha. There was already this idea of yichud sevev b'memali. But these are all even of Hamshach Sachayos. A gilil, of course, that's where Torah mitzvahs comes down. More edelkeit, we can understand this, the difference of these two types of work. A simple avodah like chopping wood, or like honest business. It's the idea of cleaning out the birurim, doing the avodah to cleanse, finish sifting through all the birurim down here lamata. What is that? What does avodas birurim mean? Less if to gather all the kabbalah and to take in the separated sparks with chinas alma de pruda, which were separated in the world, this world of yesh. This is the idea of avodas hamata, which we say collect your produce, collect your wheat. Asif sabirurim kashkasam machmacher. Fine. Through doing business in Gashmis. When you do it honestly, that there's no drop of Isser at all. And you do your business in truth, in your business. You now separate out from the work, the Gashmis. You take out the good sparks which are spread in this idea of Gashmias. And now by cleaning those out, that you're doing the Avodah Samata. Specifically more when the business is not just Be'emunah, it's actually L'Shem Shamayim. What does it mean L'Shem Shamayim? In order they should be able to give tzedakah and work in Torah. It does not stop you from learning and davening. You're not so eingetan. You're not so busy with your business. They call you draw out the sparks which are lost, so to say, in these physical inyanim. So beyond just your actual business, simple eating. Anytime you eat l'shem shamayim, you're eating something physical. You first do a bracha. That's a machil l'shem shamayim. And your actual eating is for the Eibishter. Not just to fulfill your own desires. Only they should be able to daven and learn. With that strength, specifically when you have in mind that when you're eating, the reason you're eating is in order to accept, to draw down, that you should get your nourishment from the Eibishter's words, which is the spark in the food, and you understand that. You now cleanse the sparks which fell into these physical and you bring it out higher up. So that's all of this is the avodah, the the idea of chayus ha'olam. So Taka said you're now not so I guess a step above chayus, not just chayus. You're also doing the idea of being in tzutas. But these are all levels of dealing with the gashmiyas avodah gerua, sort of say a necessary hechrich avodah, but all within the world. Now what do you do taka through this aliyah? The aliyah is this, you're not You only bring it up in the illness bi'aval. These nitzutas, these sparks, you cannot bring it up to Atzilus. You can't be halal, it has to be a bittul b'mitzias, you have to kind of do a ishapcha, you have to turn it over to Kedusha. We know the difference between Yosef and all the Shvatim. The Shvatim worked in a Berurim, within B'chinas bittul deman, bittul ayesh levad, they only did a bittul ayesh. So they were talking about the Nitzutas, they took out the Nitzutas from the Gashmias, and they were mevatel the Yesh, so the Yesh is not there anymore, but it's not a bittul b'mitzias yet. You draw down from above. The Heichel Kodesh Kedoshim, Kodesh Samach Vov. Aval Yosef Ayibchinas Bittul Dema, Bittul Mitzias Mamash. It was a full bittul. There's a Helikal and Tzitzis. She's Kalam Chinas Atzilas Mamash, and that allowed that all these sparks, which are already Mevur, could be included in Atzilas. There's a Nimshach Gilul Atzilas Mamash B'Yah. This draws the real level of Atzilas B'Yah, not just Oras Atzilas B'Yah, a Mamash Gilul of Atzilas B'Yah. They avoid the Betfila B'Chinas Rusa Deliba, and through avoida and davening, through the rotin of the Eibishter. But then through avoid of Torah mitzvahs, this is what we said, going back to what we said earlier, the Chachamim are called Mekayim Olam through Torah mitzvahs, Davke, not necessarily. It's a higher level of Samach Vov. It's not just anymore Chayas Elokus, it's Hamshach of Gilei Elokus, and Gilei Akav Shemer B'Chachmat Atzilos. You draw down this level of Kav, which is Tak only Chachmat Atzilos, but we're Mamshech even into Bria. For Oidya Shleimer, we can also say the Indian Oitzin Ritzin Shlamakim, Shemashichem Shiyar Ratzim B'Gilei Ba'olam. Not just that we draw down that there should be this high Gilui, but we also draw down that this revelation should be in the world. Even though we have a Ratzin Ba'olam, drawing of Ratzin Ba'olam without Torah and Mitzvahs, Hare Salak also they wanted to do it. This will is not revealed. We only have the revelations of Seder Shtashos. But the will itself is not Meir Begilui. And through Avodah, we actually draw down this level of Ratzin. It should be Begilui Lamata. So we kind of closed out this idea how because with this explanation of Beis Mini Avodas Eved, we have this idea now of explaining how there's Taka Ratzin without Torah and Mitzvahs, or just with Masa Matan B'Emunah. That's a lower level of Avodah, and then Torah Mitzvahs adds this higher level of Ratzin. That's a Gilui Be'ilmus, like we just said over here. It's a Gilui Ratzin B'Gilui. It's Shach Ratzin B'Gilui. Zeu Inyan, going back to what we said in the beginning of the Maimer, Sukkah, Shu Gilui B'Chinas HaMakif, Zayin until Chachar Sukkah, Sukkah is Taka Makif. Tina B'Reish Hashanah Mamshechim Ratzin Ala Oilmas, Reish Hashanah we draw down the will. Zayin in Ratzin L'Luchim Mamshechim Reish Hashanah Ve'enim Melech B'Loi Am, Umimela Nimshech Ratzin Ala Oilmas, because there's the idea of Am, we crown the Eibishter, it makes it Ratzin for the Oilmas. But Agilu, the revelation of this was Sukkot. When Shkas Tikva Chodesh Shev, Bakesa Leim Chagenu, Rosh Hashanah V'Yom Kippur Moedayin Mechusav and elements Bakesa. It's this Ratzin and Melucha still concealed. The Gandhi Mekur Nimshech Ha'or, even though Yom Kippur we draw it down, Hamshach Ulamayla Dayin, it's still Ulamayla Ve'enin Nimshech Lamata. Hagilu Lamata, but Sukkot. When do we draw down this Ratzin and Melucha to be revealed in the world? Similarly to the way we do it through Torah and Mitzvahs, Sukkot. Shezayin Leim Chagenu, Omna Agilu B'Chinas Makif. This is a Sukkah. It's only Makif. Through lulav we draw down the pnimius inner. Lulav is bringing down das into the chest from bina of za into the chest of za. We draw down to our chest. This is the level of keser, which is kineged the chest of za, because keser is directly on top of it. In the draw it down, keser, which is makif, going down to chazir the zah, makes this hamshach in an oifen of pchinas makif. Yeah, and I've cooked it in Priyat Chaim. And that's what we need to have. An netilas lulav, besukah, we need to take this, the lulav should be in the sukkah. V'hainu, sha'or makif, of sukkah, nimshach pchinas pnimius. Shabbos, you don't need a lulav. You need to do it Shabbos. Shabbos, it comes down anyway. We said in the Maimer. I think it was in previous Maimer. there's this Gilui of Ara and Seif on Shabbos. I think it was previous Maimer. It is on Daf. Don't know if this is what it's referring to. Yeah. It is on, I think, Daf Chof Aleph. No, Daf Chof Beis. Daf Chof Beis. Fine. I don't know if this is what it's referring to. There it's talking about a Gilui of a Ara and Seif Bligvul that comes out on Shabbos. But here we're talking about Hamshach Makif and Bipnimius. Could be the same meaning. L'chayr, there's definitely a similarity. Because the whole idea of Hamshach Gilui Ur and Seif Lamata, we said is Hamshach Sarsev B'Mamali. Maybe there's something about even a higher Ur. Vinish V, V'zah Tam Shen Tfilin B'Shabbos, V'yishki Tfilin Chins Makifin L'dal Moichin Tfilin, the idea of Makifin, T'lchin built in Al Gav Eresh, they kind of stick out because they're the idea of Makif, they're surrounding. Shabbos HaMakif Eber Chins Pnimius, Makif is in Pnimius, so you don't need Tfilin. V'lchin in Tzarech also for Netil's Lulav, Ki B'lav Achimer HaMakif Pnimius. B'zman B'sam Mikdash on the other hand, Hoyu Noitlin, Ki Yesh Kama Madrigs Makifin, there's different levels of Makifin, B'Shabbos HaMakif Eber Pnimius, Nimshach Chins Makif Elyon Yoser. But Shabbos, when the Makif is Pnimius, the Eibusher draws down a higher level of Pnimius. For as I said, until Lulav Gam B'Shabbos, this higher level of Makif. So that was on a bias, but it's only Shach in times of Beis Hamikdash. Shaya B'Koyach, there was potentially available Laham Shachrin Makif Elyon Gamkin. L'chein Lulav Doicha Shabbos become Makim. Vam L'Koter the Matzim Shana Tam Hashadach Gam B'Dvulin, and that's why we see why Lulav was also Doicha. That could be Yom Tov Rishon, because L'chein should be every day of Shabbos. It says Sha'otzah Iker Hagiloi. But Vinish Tvi there was Hamshach Makif that was Shaykh also then on Shabbos, which is not Shaykh B'Zman Hazeh. Avlachshav Inei Doicha. B'Zman HaGolus Iev Shalom Shechbinus HaMakif Elyon She'er B'Giloi. We cannot even draw this down B'Giloi. The B'chinos are in and Nimshachat B'Pnimis Adei Lulav Gamkin. The Lulav can't do it even now because the whole world is kind of an Indirik Oifen. Masha'ev She'at Alam Shechal Adei Lulav. But we could draw down to the Lulav now. Nimshach B'Shabbos B'Lav Hachi. So we kind of explained that because we have these two ideas, we have the idea of a second of a higher level of Avodas Evet, which is Nekivas Avonim Tovis, which kind of draws down the Gilui Aratzin, Gilui Elikus, and Gilui Aratzin Mepnimius, and that is comes out on Sukkos. So we kind of the Ratzin L'Mulucha is kind of this the lower level that we're Mamshech on Rosh Hashanah. It's only it's not yet revealed. Dafka and Sukkos, it's revealed, and that's the idea of Sukkah and Lulav, where you have a Makif and a Pnimi, and you need to do the Lulav in the Sukkah to be Mamshech. This idea of Makif Bipnimius, which is Shaykh to the Lulav to do only on the weekdays, because Shabbos you don't need it anyway. Contrary to Zman HaBayis, where there was a Shaykhus to do it anyway. A Freilichen Tag.